here, have worshiped in the same church for 40 years, worked as a local journalist for 20 years, owned a small business, was a substitute teacher, served on community and civic boards, and I'm now ready to run for the Pinellas County School Board, District 6. I'm running for this seat because I want to continue serving my community and bring a new voice to our school board. We have some excellent schools, great teachers, and incredible students, but I want all of our students to be able to experience this. Too many of our students are struggling with about 50%, again, 50% of Pinellas third graders failing in math and reading. Yet we keep hearing that it's just going to take more time before things get better. Our children don't have more time. They have one chance at their childhood education. Too many of our parents don't feel their voice is being heard when it comes to school choice. For example, the board recently decided no more fundamental schools, even though there's a huge waiting list and a huge demand from parents, students, and teachers for this type of school choice. Too many of our hardworking teachers feel they have been robbed of their profession and are now facilitators rather than educators. We need to do some thorough examining of the new Florida standards, also known as Common Core, the curriculum, the teaching methodology, and the standardized test. Deciding on who you vote for school board is a serious matter. I believe it is one of the most important governing bodies there is. After all, the school board is in charge of providing a public education to our children, and this public education helps shape the minds of the future. If elected, I would take this job very seriously. As I've mentioned, my background is in journalism, asking the tough questions and digging for the answers and finding solutions to problems. Like any representative body in government, I believe the school board should be comprised of a variety of professions and backgrounds. After all, it is the public's school system. This is my first run for office. If elected, as I said, I will roll up my sleeves, get to work, finding the best policy and practices, listening to teachers, students, and parents, and I humbly ask for your vote on August 26th. Thank you very much. Well, one, I believe, is being more receptive to the parents to begin with. I've talked to a lot of parents who feel that their voice is just not reaching the school board members, and so I think that somehow, whether it's through school board meetings or having kind of public forums in those neighborhoods where the parents are not involved, just having kind of an open meeting to invite them in. And I know that it's a struggle for a lot of these single parent moms and dads. But I don't think we should have our expectations low just because it's a poor neighborhood with minority students. I think that we need to reach out to them and get them involved. The second way is, I think, to model another program. New York City and Harlem was just awful with the schools there and the kids and the parental involvement and everything. Through Jeffrey Kennedy, the Harlem Initiative is fantastic. It's kind of a holistic approach at reaching those families and providing kind of a round-the-clock, not round-the-clock, but a full spectrum of services for those families. And the parents really feel like from the very beginning of their kids when they're little, learning the value of education and all the way through high school and hopefully on to college. And it's been very successful in getting some of those minority students involved. And then a third way, I think, is just to do more things in our schools, perhaps something as simple as story hours in the evenings to get some of those parents in, and just letting them know that the school is there, that the mentors are there, that the board is there to help them in whatever it takes to be a better parent when it comes to their child's education. They are the first teachers for those students, and we really need to back them up. Like Mrs. Lurie, I don't think Tallahassee gets it right on all of the things. I think they should have some more local decision making, but on this one, I think it did get it right. I just don't think that body scans and iris scans and all that is something we need to be doing for our children. And a lot of parents were shocked when they found out that was how this one, I think, was a palm print in Dallas County. Yeah, it might speed things up, but I just think it's kind of crazy for a lot of parents that is how we're getting information on their kids to be able to go through the line quicker. I mean, I don't know how we all did it, but we've been doing it. We've been paying with our money or flip card or whatever, and it's worked. And maybe better discipline or better procedures need to be put in place during the lunch hour in the cafeteria if there's a lot of monkeying around and the kids are taking forever to get through. Maybe that needs to stop and they can focus on what they're doing and have their money out and or whatever their card. But I just think there were too many parents across the state that did not like that happening at all. So I think Tallahassee listened to those parents and actually passed the law that stopped the state.
Thank you. And the last group.
And Maureen Ahern, running for school board District 6. A lot of people talk about government, that it shouldn't operate like a business. And I agree with that to an extent, but we are in the business of educating children, and it should be operated like a business. We want that return on investment. We want the children to graduate. We want them all to earn a diploma, to succeed in school, because if they succeed in school, they will succeed in life. If you want the status quo, if you're okay with 50% of our third graders, and again, I agree with Mrs. Flowers, it's not just in District 7, it's across the board, it's throughout Pinellas County, 50% of our third graders failing on the MCAT in reading and in math. That's unacceptable. We can't just sweep that under the rug and not address that. The video that went viral, I'm sure you all saw that, the fight in the Gibbs High School classroom between two female students. Unacceptable. Again, these are things that we're questioning, like you didn't see that video. It went viral across the globe, basically. It was two high school girls who got in a fight at Gibbs, and the teacher, it took about 4 or 5 minutes before the teacher got help. That's serious discipline problems in the school, and it needs to be addressed. And again, no comment from any school board members. I do believe Mrs. Flowers did comment on a television network. Again, I think there needs to be a strong statement from the school board when these things happen. Again, the teacher that was allowed to stay in one of our classrooms for 12 years. 12 years had the first report of his behavior with our female students. Unacceptable. Again, that needs to come right to the school board. They need to get on top of those things and stop this.